So I had Uber at my disposal. What's up, you guys? What's up? I hope you are fine. So it's been a while and I missed you guys. I really did miss you guys. There was just a whole lot of things going on, but I always say this. I always say there was a lot of things going on and now I'm back, only for me to go again. But this time I'm sure I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. And in case you're wondering what's going on, I have my little sister here. There. Say hi. She doesn't talk, not yet. So she just says auntie. So yeah. So I'm babysitting and okay, not yet. My mom's still around. My auntie, my mom's still around and she's going out. So I decided to do this video in her car because what I'm about to say, my parents are gonna be like, D, what's going on? D, what's wrong with you? D, you're so naughty. You know how African parents are. Yeah. So I have a story time and I'm sure the way I wrote the thumbnail, the way I did the thumbnail and the title of the video was insane. And it's a true story, y'all. It's a true story. And this is how it started. I was in Form 3 and I went to a school. I won't mention the school because there's been like a whole lot of things going on with the school. So if I mention the school, people or somebody's gonna be like, ah, that school is a messy school, that school is, you know, effed up, that school is just a bad school. Because that school been through a whole lot of things. It's been through a whole lot of things, so I don't want to talk about it. So I'll just let you know that I was in Form 3 doing my stuff, and at that time my dad sent me to do something to do with DSTV. So you'll know that there is DSTV, the one that you pay in SA, and then the one that you pay in Zim. You can pay in Zim, you can pay in SA. So at the time we had a DSTV and we used to pay in SA. So my dad was saying it's time for us to start paying in Zim. I think that was the story. He wanted us to start paying in Zim. So I think he wanted to know how we can transfer or transact or whatever the word is. So and then I get in town looking all cute and stuff. Cause here's the thing about me. I think if you look good, then you do good and then you are good. Because if you seriously guys, try this. If you look good, you're just so good to everyone around you. So I just try by all means. I'm not saying I always look popping, you know, makeup and da. Okay, anyway, this is my makeup today. That's it. I have nothing on because I don't know how to put makeup. But I think feeling good is just wearing something that you're comfortable in, something that you actually like. So I think that's what I think. I don't know what you guys think about feeling good and looking good. So I was looking good, and then I went to those guys and I asked them, how can I, you know, start paying in Zim, But I think they were closed. So there was a guy outside and he said, oh no, you have to, it's closed, you can try on Monday. I think that's how he said it. Oh, he said you can try the other branch. How many DSTV branches do you have? I don't know. But he was with this guy, this old dude. He was with this old dude with the beard and, you know, bald head, beard. And then the old dude said, so now where are you going? And then I said, I'm going home. And he said, okay, let me drop you off at wherever you get your transport at. Because girl, I ain't got no car. I use public transport. And I said, and then I said, okay, cool, let's go. And then he dropped me off and asked for my number. So he asked my number. I gave him. I won't lie. I don't know why I did that. But this is what most girls do. Come on, guys. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. So I gave him the number and yeah, we started talking. We just started talking like basic talk. But when he gave me his number, he said, I'll call you. Then I said, okay. Then when he said, I'll call you, then he said, don't call me after 6. Then in my head, I was like, I'm not going to call you. You asked for my number. Okay, then I said, okay, cool. So at the time I was reading this other diary called Diary of a Side Chick. Do you guys know that book, that novel, those novels that people read online, I think on Facebook? I was reading that and it was just so insane. The girl was talking about how she can, you know, mess around with old men and and Form 3 is a stage where you think you have everything figured out. That's the stage. Form 3, you think you are that baddie. Form 3, you think you're just I was at that stage, so I gave him my number. Yo, I saw myself as a baddie, but I was not. So, and then we started talking, and then we'll meet up in town. Actually, what made me want to talk to him was when we met up in town. He said, "Where are you?" I said I was in town, on my way to home. I went to a school that was located in the suburbs, but I stayed in the hood. So I would get a transport ETs from my school to town, and then I get public transport combis from town to my house, right? So whenever I got in town, this one time he said, "Let's link up." I said, "Okay, cool." Then I saw him. When I saw him, I then asked him, like, "What do you want from me?" I asked him straight up, "What do you want from me?" Okay, I did not say it with that attitude. That is just for the camera. I just asked him, like, "Okay, so what do you want from me? You keep on," because he kept on calling, saying, "Hi, how are you? I'm just checking up on you," and stuff like that. So I then asked him, "What do you want from me?" And then he said, "There are some things that you can't tell your dad, you can tell your parents, but you can tell me. I'm gonna be here for you." And at this stage, I really thought it made sense, because I was going through some things, like boy stuffs, and I couldn't tell my parents. This is something that's so normal in African society, if I must say. We don't tell our parents what we go through, especially when it comes to boys and other genders. Right, we don't tell our parents that I have this boy, I have this going on. We don't talk about that. So I then said, "Oh, okay." And then I just started talking to him about stuff, school things. And at that point, I don't want to lie, we talked for a week and he never made a move on me. I think it went up to a month. He never made a move on me. He never did that. There's this one time, I think it was the second meetup I had with him, and I don't know why I even met him for the second meet up with him. He then, okay, so this is what happened. He was with a friend of his, and I showed up with my friend. I was in town. I told you guys why I always got in town, and I was in my uniform. So he then got us this juice, these drinks. You all know those cokes with that bottle, that coke with the I don't know what it's called, the actual bottle. Yeah, he got us those, and then he gave me one, and he gave my friend one, and then I said, "I can't open." They said, "Oh, okay." And then he opens, and then he gives me. Then I started drinking. And I said, "You should." Let me rephrase that. He gave me a coke. It was opened, like he just opened it for me like that, and then he gave it to me. And then I gave one to my friend, right? And then I started drinking, and then said, "Did you just check what's in there?" I said, "No." They said, "You have to check. You're a girl child. What if I drug you?" If he can come up with that kind of sense, then he won't drug me. That's what I thought at the time. I was like, he won't drug me, right? And I was like, that's what made me want to talk to him, because of that. I felt like, oh, he is genuine. He doesn't want me. He just wants to be a father figure. That's the actual word that he used. He said he wants to be a father figure to me. That guy had six kids. Yeah, he had 6 kids. I found out later. Not this part when you told me that I wants to be a father figure. No, I found out like a month or 2 later. And then this guy, we just, this one time he picked me up from school. And at the time he was driving a Benz. I don't know which Benz, but it was insane, because when he showed up, everyone went wild. It was just a cool car. So here's the story. Here's the juicy part. That just, like when you're eating a pie, Zimbabweans, you know when you're eating a pie, right? You first eat the steak, and there's the meaty part. This part is the meaty part. We're here. The meat is here. Yeah. This other day, as usual, I linked up with him. Actually, I wanted him to drop me off by my house, because I said, no, he's a father figure, so that's what he does. That's what he's supposed to be doing, right? And then tell him, I'm like, "Hey, I'm in town, can we meet up?" And I said, "Okay." Then I told him that are you gonna drop me off home? And he said, "Yeah." So when we were in the car, so thing is, he got in the front seat, the driver's seat. For some reason, I got in at the back. No, he had a friend, so I got in at the back. No, I was sitting at the back. Then I did not switch, because the friend just dropped off, and then the person drops off, and then we just continue. So he was driving, and then he starts touching me, like he was driving like this, then he starts doing this. Like, let me show you what he did. Okay, so driving, and then he does this to me because I was sitting here trying to talk to him. Then he starts touching my legs like this, but then he touched like not my thighs. He did not touch my thighs. He touched my legs, like the downside. What is it called? Below my knees. Yeah, that's what he was touching. Cause it was like, so I was like, why are you touching me? And he said, why do people touch each other? And I said, I don't know, I don't touch people, that's why I'm not touching you. Then he said, oh, so you don't want me to touch you? And I said, yeah, don't touch me. Then he said, so you thought I just want to be your friend, the whole things I've been doing for you? Yo, he did not spend much on me. You remember the juice, the drink? That's what he did for me. He picked me up from school. It was once. Oh, he actually, okay, we went to, y'all know Food Lovers Market, right? Blair people, you'll know where it is. So we went there at some point to get some snacks, but it wasn't that expensive. It wasn't something that he can save all the things that I've done for you. And the airtime that he spent wouldn't be more than $5. I was a kid then. I was like in Form 3. I don't think I would have spent more than $5 on airtime. And we just talked for approximately a month. And that's basic. Oh, and then he got me KFC. No, it wasn't KFC. We had KFC recently in town. But I think it's chicken in. I had that only once. It was once. And then that's it. But he had the audacity to say, with all the things that I've done for you, now you're doing this to me. And I said, I thought you said you wanted to be my father figure, so why are you touching me? My dad doesn't touch me. And he said, yeah, but I want to touch you. I said, no, I'm not gonna touch you. I'm not gonna let you touch me. I'm not gonna let you do that. And he said, oh, okay. Then out of nowhere, then he says, I'm no longer going to be able to. I can't take you to your house. I gotta do something. Da 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 da. I said, okay, cool. It's fine, drop me off here. Then he said bye, and that was it. That was the last time I spoke with him. To be honest, I missed. So I had Uber at my disposal, but here's why I was telling you guys the story. I think that's what most blessers or older guys do. They spend approximately $20 on a girl, and then they think they can own her. And I think it's been happening to a lot of girls, and it happens to high school kids. Here's why. I think that's my theory. Blessers go for those girls because they can't afford to take care of a more expensive side chick. They can't afford that, so they always go for people that are young. If somebody was to give me $20 right now, I don't think I would have, but at that time, if he gave me that kind of money, I would have died. So I think that's why blessers go for young girls, and you'll need to stay away from them. That's my story, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. And girls, stay safe. It's a jungle out there.